It is the weekend of November 2nd, and this is your SEC football breakdown for this weekend from Mike Davis of DocSports.com. Let's get right into it. We pounded out our 8-unit SEC game of the week last week as Georgia finally took control of that ball game and dominated Florida down the stretch to win that game by final score of 36-17. We cover our big 8-unit play. Come back with our 7-unit SEC game of the month for the month of November. That comes up on Saturday night. Alabama heads to LSU. And, of course, you can grab that 7-unit play at DocSports.com. Speaking of LSU, are they ready for this football game? Take a look.
It's our season. Still our season. You don't believe it? Hit the door. We got a lot of people to handle, man. This game's won in the trench. We ain't got no more time left. It's time to go now. So for games like this, nothing needs to be said except what's already here. We coming. And we ain't backing down.
LSU looks like they're fired up. We'll see what happens Saturday night. Of course, you can grab that 7-unit SEC game of the month at DocSports.com. Also, I'll provide a link down in the description where you can go and watch that entire hype video narrated by Ryan Clark. So you can go take a look at that on LSU's Twitter account. And, of course, I'll give you a link to that. Let's give you a couple of other games, a couple of other matchups this weekend. Georgia and Kentucky. I have a play in that football game. It's a 4-unit premium play that goes along with my 7-unit premium play with the Alabama-LSU game. So 2 SEC plays coming out this Saturday, and you can grab them at DocSports.com. Let's get to the noon games, though. I'll tell you what, and I'll give you a free selection in just a second. We have a couple of noon SEC football games. South Carolina heads out to Ole Miss. You got it around a pick 'em and a total of 68. South Carolina and Ole Miss. Ole Miss can't stop anybody, but they have some very, very talented wide receivers. South Carolina, about the same thing. They can't stop anybody, but they can score offensively. Very intriguing matchup. 68.5 points as a total for an SEC football game. Times have changed. Times have really changed. I don't really have an opinion on that ball game, but we'll certainly keep an eye on it. Ole Miss at home with those dangerous wide receivers. We'll see what happens in that football game. The other noon game, Texas A&M at Auburn. Auburn laying 3.5, 48.5 right now. I'll tell you what, Jimbo Fisher's finding out the SEC not the same as the ACC. SEC, a lot tougher conference. I do look for Jimbo Fisher to do some big things at Texas A&M. I like him as an offensive mind. Auburn is supposed to have a very good defense this year. They haven't played up to those standards at times. But Auburn laying 3.5 at home this football game. I would give you a lean towards Texas A&M in that football game. Your free selection, though, is going to come to you from the 4 o'clock game. Let me scroll down here and get an updated line on that. I want to make sure I give you the updated line. Missouri at Florida. Florida -6. 57.5 is what I'm seeing right now. 57.5, I see a 57, a 57.5, 57.5. So it's 57 or 57.5 for our purposes. We'll take 57.5. We'll play the under in this football game. I like the way Florida gets after the passer. They have a good pass rush. I look for them to get after Missouri's quarterback. And I look for Missouri's front 7 to play very well and force Florida's quarterback to win the football game. I look for a defensive struggle, believe it or not. You're looking at I say defensive struggle. I think you're looking at a 28-24 type game. We'll play the under in this one as your free selection. Don't forget, huge 7-unit SEC game of the month goes in that LSU-Alabama game. We have a 4-unit premium play as well with Kentucky and Georgia, and we have 3 NFL plays going on the football package this weekend as well. That's what I have for you as far as your SEC update goes. Get over to Doc Sports right now and take advantage of my weekend package. That's what I have for you, folks. Everybody have a great and profitable weekend.